Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Cammy. Hello, Master. Welcome. Hello, anybody who's lurking and watching otherwise. Hopefully you do see you later at some point, Jenny, but if not, totally fine. Thanks for stopping in. It would be great to hit the leaderboards on this one, Master, but I think DJMAX is a lot harder to hit leaderboards on than some of the other ones. So we'll see. I wouldn't rule it out, but I would definitely have to recognize that it's a much bigger challenge. We'll see. We will see. So today, if the stream title and thumbnail were not indicative enough, we are back with more DJMAX. It'll be the first time in I think about 2 months. So I'm pretty sure when I was looking, yeah, it's been about 2 months. So it's been a while. I have gotten all of the DLCs since the last time because they did go on sale. So now I have all the songs at my disposal, unlike last time. So that'll be nice. We have a lot more to work with. I'm not lurking, you're lurking. Hello, Sebi. Welcome to the stream. I won't be able to attend Thursday. Still happy got a job, though. Nice, Cammy. No problem at all. Congrats on the job. How was your school trip? I forget what the name of it. It was something Island, right? Once again, DJMAX is showing the Xbox buttons on the screen, and I'm using a PlayStation controller. Why is it trying to make it difficult on me? Alright. So I'm just gonna hover over this random thing, so there's not a bunch of noise while I'm talking. King's Island, okay. I was right, it was something island. I just forgot the first word. It was fun, got sunburnt though. Sunburns always suck. Yeah, when I went to Italy last summer, also fun, but I got absolutely destroyed with the sun. Like, literally, the one day that I went into a pool at the place we were staying, it's the one day I got burned. And I know I put sunscreen on because the spots that I got burned were the spots that are a little harder to get sunscreen on, or just that you don't think about putting sunscreen on. So for me, it was like my upper mid back where I can't quite reach, and I hadn't asked somebody else to put it on. And then I also got it on my knees and on the top of my feet. Like, what the hell is that? How do you... I got sunburned in those spots of all places? Like, what the hell? So that sucked, because I'm wearing socks and shoes while I'm walking around and climbing hundreds and hundreds of flights of stairs doing like the Duomo climb, and I have a terrible sunburn on the top of my feet. It's like every step it's like rubbing against the sunburn. And then my knee, like I'm wearing shorts, so my shorts are rubbing against my knees. You're asking a good question, Cammy. I don't know how I did it either, but somehow I managed to, and it was not fun. I would not recommend it. Flight of Fear is the only safe place. I can't say I know what Flight of Fear is. I assume it's something on King's Island. The only safe place as far as I'm concerned is my basement. Or my room. That's where I spend all my time. But I'm glad you had fun on your trip, Cammy. Alright. A roller coaster that takes place in the dark. Nice. Reminds me of Rock and Roller Coaster in Disney. Man, I've only been on it once or twice, but it's mostly in the dark. I think that's a really fun one. What I don't think is super fun is the like Haunted Mansion one. Or no, the Haunted Mansion ride is cool. That's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the giant tower next to Rock and Roller Coaster, where you drop like hundreds of feet in a couple seconds. I hate that. I hate it. No. Don't put me through it. I went on it because like my dad and my uncle were like, come on, Leo, come on, be a man, get on this ride. It's not that bad. I'm like, I'm getting peer pressured. I'm a kid. Like, fine. And then there's some kid in line who's hyped in front of me, and they're probably like 5 years younger than me. So then I started feeling bad about myself because I'm like, if this like 8-year-old can do it, I can do it. I'm 13. I'm big. I'm tough. You know, I can get on this scary ride. They're excited. I have no reason to be scared. It wasn't as scary as I thought it would be, but I don't like that feeling of your stomach like leaving your body as you drop straight down like 300 feet. I don't think I would go on it again, but I can say I did it once. I'm blanking on the name. It's something tower. It might be a Twilight Zone thing. But yeah, as I was saying, I have all the DLC in DJMAX now, so I have like, I'm sure hundreds of songs now at this point. I have the unlock all song DLC, so I don't have to unlock things. I can just play things for fun. Woo! And so this V Extension 4, these are all of the new songs that were just added from the current DLC. But we can see here that there's like, so that's the base. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 DLC packs that I didn't have last time. So we have a lot to work with. A lot of choices. You know what? I should add songs to my favorites before I forget. Binary World. This is the one that I really wanted to unlock last time, and I just couldn't. Great song. Absolute banger. Trying to remember what else. Like, there's just so many songs here that I don't even remember all of them. Like, it's a lot. So what was it I said? Extension 4? Yes, this is all the new ones. So I want to go through here, play the ones that I think sound good. Heights are not my cup of tea. I feel you, Sebi. Not necessarily my cup of tea either. What I've noticed with heights is like, if I am at like, let's say ground level, and there's a really tall building, and I just look up at the top of the building, I start getting dizzy and feeling like I'm falling. Like, I can't do it. It freaks me out as soon as I do it. I can't be like down and looking up at something really tall. If I'm looking at it from a distance, like think like a triangle. If I'm at the far point from the tall point and I'm looking up at it, that's fine. If I'm at the base of the tall part and then I look up, then I like freak out and I can't do it. Yeah. Now, if I'm up high on something and I look down, that doesn't bother me as much. For whatever reason, it's like if I'm low and I look up, then I feel dizzy. I don't mind that feeling. I actually kind of get a thrill, but I do get very motion sick. Bring me to a theme park or anything is a bust. I can only ride one roller coaster. Hey, they're not for everybody. I mean, I used to love, for a long time I was scared of roller coasters, especially the big loopy ones. And then when I was a teenager, I was like, I suddenly got over it and I love them. But now, in my 20s, I haven't been on one in a while. Probably in like 5 or 6 years. But like, now I get motion sick, so I don't know how I would do on a roller coaster, and I don't know if I want to find out. I don't want to get on one and find out it makes me sick until like, and have it be too late. I don't know. I'd probably have to take a motion sickness pill. I always pop some motion sickness pills before I go on rides. Yeah, I mean, thinking about the same things. I mean, when I was doing those Resident Evil VR streams, I was taking a motion sickness pill before I started the stream, because VR can make you really motion sick if you're not used to it. And I have some level of like ability to handle it. But since I'm trying to stream for a couple hours, I had to make sure that I could go long enough to actually like, you know, get a decent length. Usually I could hit like 2-ish hours 2.5 maybe before I started to feel it. We had to call security, one of my friends. Well, I'm glad the police took care of that, Cammy. That is not good. I'm very sorry to hear that for your friend. I mean, that's scary and shitty at the same time. So I'm glad they got the guy. Definitely got what they deserved. I don't mind heights. Looking out a window from a tall building is okay. Going near a ledge or railing. That's true. There's definitely levels. I would agree looking out a window is not as bad as being by a railing, especially like an unsecured railing for something high. That's actually a phenomenon. Has to do with the way we perceive height from a standing point with no ground reference. If you keep the horizon in sight, it isn't as bad. Oh. Well, it's cool. It's nice that there's actually an explanation for it then, because I definitely get really thrown off by it. So it's cool that it's not just like me being weird, like it's an actual thing. I've gotten better with motion sickness. Roller coaster still does it, but I'm fine with cars, VR, and other vehicles and things. Are you fine with like all VR, Master? Like you're fine with a first person thing with free movement? Like no teleporting and no like snap vision, but like if you have free movement in the VR game, you're okay? Like in Resident Evil, it's free movement. And I'd be okay for a couple hours, like I said, but then it would hit me like a truck. And as soon as it hit me, I was like, all right, I'm done. No more playing. Yeah, and then I just need to stop. But I also did the snap turning. I didn't do the full turning. For like cars and stuff, like if I'm the one driving, I'm okay. If I'm in the passenger seat, I'm usually okay. Unless I start reading. If I'm not in the passenger seat, like I'm in the second or third row, then it's like, it's very easy to set off for me. Some people even perceive the building as falling over or towering over them. I don't think I perceive it as falling over. Maybe towering. Wow, this tea is still really hot. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna listen to some of these. So how is the volume of the song right now compared to me talking? Like, should the volume be a little higher? Or is it okay where it is? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, testing. Making sure that you can hear the song and me at the same time. I feel like it might be a little quiet, but you guys can tell me. If it's good, then I can leave it how it is. I'll switch to another song so you can hear it. A slightly different thing while I'm talking. Seems good to me. Alright, that's a good sign, Sebi. I'm good with most teleporting and stuff. If I practice for a couple hours, I'm good for even movement that's smooth, but not teleporting. I have 2 games like that. I feel a bit motion sick for the first bit, but then I'm good. Went through courses hosted by some nice people in VR space for motion sickness. Oh. You know, it's cool that VR is even advanced enough that you can actually have courses on it. Sounds good to me, but we'll have to hear it in action before a full report. Alright. I'm gonna very, very slightly bump it. Not by a lot, just a little. But yeah, you can let me know if it's not good. I'm gonna do this one. This sounds pretty good. I feel like I might be able to do the maximum, but I'll start with hard just to ease myself in. Why did the buttons disappear? I am liking this song. This is a good one. Good one to start with. Max combo on the first one. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. Perhaps the music could be a tad bit louder, I think. Yeah, all right. I think we're all on the same page then. Could definitely be a little bit louder. I'll tab out for a second so I can adjust my personal... Even my personal volume feels a little quiet. What the hell? Alright, so I'm going to turn it up a tad. Ooh, and we got the S for Sebi rank. 99.17%. Well, that was a very accurate song. A very accurate performance. I gotta say. And that was a good song. I'm gonna add that as a favorite. Okay, yeah, this volume sounds better to me. So how do I see... How do I jump to, like, myself? Ah, so that one I'm 416. Look at how close my score is to the top guy. I'm only 3,000 points away, and I'm 416. There's 414 people between me and number one, who are all within a 3,000 point range. That's crazy. Like, it just goes to show, like, all of these people have the exact same score, so they must have had a complete perfect. Like, when you're 100% accurate on every single note. Look at these people's levels. 814? I'm level 16. Oh my god. Holy crap. Start with hard to ease myself in, says the expert, while staring at a noob who's not past easy. Like those gym bros do an hour workout. That was the real one. Hey, when you're used to expert, or whatever, like, I don't know what I was on that one. So I was playing hard. There's so many different difficulties, though. Like, there's the different ones on the button, and then, like, 4, 5, 6, and 8 buttons, and then each one has normal, hard, maximum, and special difficulties. Like, there's a lot to choose from there. Hello, Stella. Welcome to the stream. It's going good so far. That was actually the first song that I've played so far, because I chatted a lot at the start. But I'm looking forward to many, many more songs. I'm targeting having this go until, like... Where is my mouse? There it is. I would like to have this go until probably, like, 11-ish. So we got, like, 2.5 hours of jamming and playing songs. I, again, am in my trying to push my work hours earlier phase. So I want to make sure that I try and actually put the effort forward in that. Today I set my alarm for, like, 7. And I did wake up. I got moving. I was like, okay, not bad, not bad. And then I hit the worst traffic I've ever seen going to work today. It's like, what the hell? Why? So I need to leave earlier so that I don't hit that same traffic again. We'll see. We'll see if I can keep up with it. I thought it was a Z at first. It is a very stylized S Master, yeah. That was a good song. I'm glad you agree. Leo Max Pog. Damn right, Sebi. Zebi Zolas is my evil twin brother. Damn. Add it to the Sebi lore, huh? There's the 13 Sebis. The Obliterator. You got Zebi Zolas. Must be some hard points to get. How does it determine who's first in that? Probably the first person to do it, if I had to imagine. I was watching a video before this. Nice. What were you watching, Stella? I don't know how I feel about that one. Oh my god, the special difficulty on this is insane. This sounds pretty heavy, that's nice. Oh man, see, this is one of those ones that's gonna have the crazy BPM swings. Like, these are all consistent. This one is 160 to 230, so it ranges in 70 BPM throughout the song. Just buy a tank and go through the traffic? True, Sebi, I like the way you think. Very modern solution. As a bus rider and frequent walker, I both sympathize and laugh at you. No traffic when you're walking, maybe the bus sometimes. Yeah, bus could. I guess it depends on the day. But walking, no. I was watching a video from Altiori. Her videos are enjoyable to watch. I don't think I've heard of her before. What types of videos does she do? That's a huge swing in tempo. Yeah, for real, Master. Alright. I'm going to try this Deadly Bomber one. I'm going to try it on hard. I think I might struggle because it's 10. Generally, I can do up to 8 fine. 9 and 10, I start getting iffy. That wasn't that bad. I think I missed 3 or 4 notes, and each one of them I felt like I shouldn't have missed. Like, none of them were because it was hard. It was just like, I don't know. I definitely could have done better. Foot traffic can be bad, especially in conventions. Yeah, Very true. I have been to a number of conventions, and when you get, like, my favorite part of conventions, I've said before, is, is Artist Alley. I spend the vast majority of my time there. And when you hit, like, peak traffic on Saturdays, especially around popular artists' tables, it is borderline impossible to move. We need a fast walker lane until everybody gets in the fast walker lane and then doesn't actually walk fast, like the fast travel lane in cars. Just today, I was in the fast travel lane going to work, and there was some car in front of me that was going like as fast as the next lane, or maybe even a little bit slower. I'm like, why are you in this lane? Please, please. I beg of you. Altora usually makes videos talking about movie shows, entertainment in general, and monster stuff. Seems like a good variety. Entertainment in general on monster stuff. Like how the song feels like a big solo for the guitarist and drummer, plus the background is nice. I wonder who animated it. It might say if you unlock the music video, I forget. Like when people are walking in a bike lane. I can't imagine how annoying that must be. Like if you live in a city and people are walking in a bike lane, like come on. I would get so annoyed. Like in New York City, for example, like millions and millions and millions of people there. There aren't really bike lanes. At least like a lot of bikers go on the sidewalk, I think. Because New York drivers are crazy. Can you trust New York drivers? I don't know. Like sometimes I get in a cab there, I'm like, I'm gonna die, man. Sometimes it's fine, but I remember one time when I was in New York, I rented a bike to go somewhere. And there weren't like bike lanes, and there also weren't like open areas on the sidewalk, so we just biked in the actual street. Like that was the only choice we had. It was freaky. It was a cool experience to be able to say I did, but it was freaky. Also very tiring. Biking for like 15 to 20 minutes in New York traffic, and you can't really slow down or mess up because you'll get hit. Ouch. When I bike, I usually bike on the sidewalk. That's the safer thing to do, as long as it's not super congested. And then you have people who don't pay attention to their surroundings. They start to turn, they get in your way, and you're like, shit. You have to like swerve, hope you don't wipe out. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Hate when you have to walk slightly faster than a fast walk in order to pass them. So for a brief moment, you're walking at a crazy fast, looks weird until you slow down. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That happens all the time in cities. Wow, this song is really slow. 94 BPM. I wouldn't bike on a crowded sidewalk. Probably a good idea, Stella. Probably a good idea. This sounds nice. Alright, definitely gonna play this one. I always race the fellow fast walkers. I refuse to be beaten. What a competitive spirit, Sebi. I admire it. Alright, let's do this one. Gloxinia. Gloxinia. Oh boy, we got a drop coming up. Ah, man. My fingers just fell apart there. I shouldn't have missed that. That was pathetic. Have fun being more tired than the normal people fast walking. Yeah. But if you're competitive, it's a something you're willing to do. What? How did I did not miss a note? What? I don't know what those missed notes were. I can't. I refuse to believe it. It didn't happen. S rank at least. But those 4 missed notes, they should not have been missed. My fingers usually just enter button mashing mode. That happened at one point in that song. I don't know if it was obvious. It's probably where a bunch of those 1 to 90s came from. Like, I lost where I was for a second. I think I missed a note right around there. I was just, like, mashing to try and get myself back on track. Confused fingers suck when you lose the rhythm for a second. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes your fingers just give out. Did you do your finger stretches? I did do some before the stream. I'm actually doing them in between songs, too. I already have that kind of tingly around my thumb, which is like, damn, way earlier than I wanted it to happen. Which is why I keep trying to do the stretches in between. I go back up to random so there's not the song playing. That's why I'm terrible at fighting games. Yeah. The brain finger connection for fighting games needs to be pristine. Perfect timing, perfect combos, like pressing things quickly in the right order over and over again. Which I guess is what rhythm games are, but like, you have a guide. Whereas in fighting games, it's all mental. Like, you have to remember each combo. Muscle memory. The S totally looks like a Z. Stylized letters and numbers can be confusing. It does look like that. It does. I keep getting these stretches in. Hydrate, stretch in between songs. Being a nice and smart and healthy Leo. Uppercut spam for the win. Just mash A and B. Or in Smash, like Smash Bros, I just mash the like the left stick in the direction I want, plus like B, which is like the main attack or whatever. Who even uses A in Smash? Nobody uses A. It's all about B. Side B, up B, and down B. That's all I do. I used to really like Smash. I mean, I still enjoy it, but when I was hanging out with one of my friends recently, we were playing online together, and we just got absolutely bodied every single time. Like, it wasn't even fun at that point. People online were either A, doing super obnoxious like meme combos that like lock you out and you can't do anything, or they were like absolute gods at the game. Like, why are we matched against you? Like, we can't even do anything. That's just how good they are. I just like against AI that I can easily button mash. I got really good at Injustice and Naruto 4, I think, and MK11. Other than that, never touched or I'm good at fighting games. Not sure why they happen to click. Mortal Kombat 11 was my best. I think I played a little bit of Injustice because it was free on PlayStation at some point. Same thing with Mortal Kombat, although I think it was 10 and not 11. I used to enjoy those games until I got stunlocked to death. Stunlock is never good. Very common in Yu-Gi-Oh too. I usually crouch and defend too much when playing fighting games. Overheads and grabs always get me. Yeah, in Smash, the grabs get me too. Like, I dodge a lot, and as soon as I get grabbed, I'm like, shit, I'm screwed. He figured out how to get my dodge, which isn't hard to do. I'm definitely more defensive in fighting games. Like, stay far away, rush in for a quick attack, or like, attack when I see an opening and then back away again. No wonder Tyr was my exit. I don't blame you, man. I have not had fun playing against Tyr. Luckily, I haven't played them too often. But when I do play them, I don't like it. This sounds like something out of, that, like, I was reincarnated as a sword anime. That was actually better than I thought. I heard the name, I was like, this is gonna be really stupid. It was actually pretty good. This has potential. Alright, let's do this one. Hyperdrive. Sounds kind of repetitive. I imagine it's gonna kick in fast and hard when it finally leaves that. I mean, I think the best part of the song was the part that they show in the preview. I wasn't like super into it outside of that part, but I mean, it wasn't bad. I expected a little more from the preview, but it was fine. I shouldn't have missed those two notes that I did miss. Timing was not good a couple points in that. Hyperdrive might need to see our buddy in Bespin to get it repaired. Ah, Bespin, that's Star Wars, right? Hyperdrive, oh yeah, that's part of the ship. Music video matches up super well, it's awesome. Some matches up a little bit or by accident, but it seems intentional. I would imagine it's probably pretty intentional, yeah. I have to think that the music video and the song are meant to go together. This feels very anime. $260 BPM. 260? I'm gonna have to try playing it. 260, holy crap. Would you play the Hatsune Miku rhythm games on stream? I would definitely consider it, Stella, yeah. I actually, there was a sale on a Hatsune Miku game on Steam, like maybe a month or two ago that I was thinking about getting, and then I forgot about it until right after the sale ended. So if it goes on sale again, I'd probably pick it up, and then I would probably do it at stream at some point, yeah. I did play, I think it was like Project Diva F or something on the Vita, way back in the day. I actually think I might have a Hatsune Miku game on the PlayStation. It's just easier when it's on computer. Because then I don't have to bring the PlayStation over and hook it up. Reminds me of Crit Crack by Ren and Lin, the Vocaloids. I think Kato and some others are there. Another popular pair with Hatsune Miku. I mean, they're always in the same game. Alright, let's try doing this one. But yeah, Stella. I forget if I said, but yes, definitely to that point. I would definitely consider playing them. I said definitely a lot there. As long as I can get it on sale. This doesn't feel like 260 BPM. Did they just try jump scaring me with that freaking face appearing in the back of the screen like that? In the middle of a rhythm game? I was trying to adjust. I had my hands resting on my desk, and then I decided to move them up so they weren't, and the moment I moved them up, that's when I missed the note. Like, just moving my hands from how they were is enough of a change to mess me up and make me miss a note. That's ridiculous. When will I learn to not talk so much during songs, or else I'm gonna miss notes? You would think. After the amount of rhythm game streams I've done, maybe I would have picked that up, but I guess not. Well, but now I can talk fine and I'm not missing notes, so what do I know? I still have Project Diva on my PS3. I think the... Oh, shit. I think the demon... Before I saved up money for it. Oh, I got the demo before I saved up money. I full comboed all the demo songs from playing them so much. Then once I bought it, it was easy to do. Oh, Demon? Is Demon not... Like, that's not a typo? Is that something about, like, difficulty related or something? Getting stuff on sale is always fun. Yeah, I mean, it's smart shopping, too. Especially if you're not, like... Like, if it's a day one buy for me, then sure, I'll buy it full price. Like, for example, Final Fantasy and Master Detective, which both come out later this month. I have them pre-ordered. I'll buy them full price, and I'll be happy about it. But if it's a game that I don't play as often, or I'm just more curious about, then I have to wait for a sale. I do like the art style for the video. Very unique. I agree, Master. From what I could see of the art style, I liked it. The song itself was not 100% my thing, but it wasn't like, yeah. Luke is also popular in Miku's group. The name sounds familiar. I can picture Miku, Kato, Rin, and Len. I can't really picture... There's a girl with, like, pink hair, right? Long pink hair. Demo, I don't know why I autocorrected twice. Okay. Don't do that, Leo. Just wait 2 or so years for the sale. I don't have the patience to wait 2 or so years, Zebby. Definitely not. If I did, or if anybody did, that would be great for financial reasons. Picking up everything at like Black Friday time. But if it's a game I want, I will not wait. I will buy it day one. Because one of the things I hate most in anything, for any type of media, is getting spoiled. And the longer, if it's a game that I want and it's story focused, like Final Fantasy and Master Detective will be, I want to play them before I potentially get spoiled. If I get spoiled, it will slightly ruin it for me. Because a big part of the fun, for me at least, is going in blind and experiencing the story fresh without any type of preconceptions is what I meant to say. Like, it is definitely upsetting to me if people spoil things. Even implications, I don't like. If I ask for it, then sure. But, like, Reddit is notorious for that. Like, people, like, who have read the manga for an anime, let's say, and then there's the weekly anime discussion threads, and sometimes I'll go in there because I just want to see what people thought about an episode that I liked. And you have these people pretending they haven't seen the manga, or they haven't read the manga, and they're, like, making these predictions that are too accurate, or too specific, and you're like, that's strange. Or they don't specifically spoil something, but they, like, heavily imply things, and you're like, well, I'm not an idiot. Like, I can pick up on this implication. And now that I know what it's implying, it's basically a spoiler. That was completely tangential, but it definitely grinds my gears when I see it. Because I've been spoiled on a lot of stuff that I would have liked to watch or play at some point, and just because I've been spoiled, it makes me not really want to. Like Game of Thrones. Everybody says it's amazing up until, like, the last season. And that I should watch it. I was being told it for years. But, like, everybody talks about the show so much that I know every single character who dies. And I know how they die, and I know when they die. I'm like, well, what's the point? Yeah, the story might still be good, but I like being surprised. Like, I don't want to know. Because then every time I see the character, all I'm going to think about is like, oh, I wonder when they're going to die. Or, oh, is this the scene where they die? It kind of seems like it's leading up to it. Oh, they didn't? Oh, okay. That's surprising. Well, I know they're going to die at some point anyway, so whatever. Like, that just ruins the watching experience for me. Luca is the pink-haired girl. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the one that I could picture the most clearly after the initial 4, so good to know. I spoiled myself on a book recently. Now I know the relationship doesn't last. There was a manga that I spoiled myself recently as well. Something about how in the end, like, the characters end up splitting up and they do their own thing for a while and then they get back together at the end. And I was like, well, what the hell is the point of that? Like, now I don't want to read it because I know it's going to happen. But I also just don't like that direction of the ending. Spoiling games is cool for me for some reason. Movies and other media, not so much. I do try to avoid opinions of things, though. I do not spoil, and I would hope no one here does. Yeah, people have been good here. I haven't had any of those spoilers or, like, implications that have bothered me or anything. You guys are good. No worries. It's more of just random comments on, like, Reddit and Twitter for me that tend to catch me off guard. Because they come in the most random of places. Like, I'll be reading some tweet about some completely unrelated show or topic, and people are like, oh, it's just like when X kills Y in this anime. And I'm like, what? What the hell? Why are you just casually saying that? It was on my list. And it's a completely unrelated topic. And now I know, and now I don't want to watch it. But it's interesting that games are okay and like movies and other media aren't for you, Master. I wonder why, like some are okay and some aren't. For me, nothing is okay. Games, manga, anime, movies, TV shows, any spoilers make me equally annoyed. All right, let's check again. So we just did that one. This sounds pretty decent. Don't even spoil my day, I will be angry. Having the whole day spoiled would be pretty annoying, Sabi, I agree. Come on, don't come in here and tell me my future. Everything that's gonna happen today, let me experience it. That's why if you want to stay away from spoilers, some people stay away from social media and ask people not to spoil it for them. I feel like, on one hand, yes, Stella, but I think there are also people who just look to cause trouble. And if they see people asking to not be spoiled on something, they'll then go out of their way to spoil that person. Which is super, super shitty. But I've definitely seen it happen. I still remember Attack on Titan. Right around when the manga ended, I knew that Twitter was going to be absolutely full of spoilers for that show, or for the manga. And it's one of my favorite anime, so I was like, well, I really don't want to be spoiled. Like, I want to experience the ending completely blind as an anime only. So I went on Twitter. You can like mute words and phrases and stuff, and then you won't see tweets that include those. So I went in my Twitter settings and I muted like Attack on Titan, AOT, Shingeki no Kyojin, SNK, the number of the chapter, every single character's name that I could think of. Like, I must have muted 30 to 40 terms and words and phrases, all related to Attack on Titan, so that I would not get spoiled on the ending. And what ended up happening? I got spoiled on the ending because somebody tweeted something like, I still can't believe this happened. And then it was just a couple pictures attached. And I was like, oh, I wonder what happened. And I clicked on it, and it was like the last couple panels from the last chapter of Attack on Titan. I was like, what the fuck? How could I have known that that was going to be Attack on Titan unless I clicked on it? Because they didn't include any warning in the tweet to say like, oh, parentheses AOT spoilers or parentheses AOT or something. Like, what? Just attach the pictures with no context whatsoever, and I open it and immediately get spoiled as soon as I see the picture. Like, what the hell? Why? Like, I could have done nothing about that. The only thing I could have done is not click on it. But I had no reason to believe it would be Attack on Titan related. Now, Attack on Titan I'm giving a pass because I love the show so much that I'm like, I haven't been spoiled on 99% of it up to the ending, so I'm still okay. But the more I get spoiled, the more that I stop, like, caring as much. True, some people who want to spoil will spoil. Exactly, Stella. Exactly, yeah. They're just bad eggs. I mean, there's always going to be people like that. You have to assume that mostly it's going to be your mutuals who are seeing the tweet. And they'll know, and they'll be respectful. Those suck because they come out of nowhere, no way to avoid or forget them. I think it's because a movie experience is pretty linear and the only thing is the story. Once spoiled, that's it, but with a game, it's also gameplay and experience. That's true, Master, yeah. Totally fair. And I think it also depends on the game. like Pokemon, for example, right? Like, there's only so much that's gonna happen in a Pokemon game. There might be an occasional spoiler. Like, I actually got a spoiler for Pokemon Legends Arceus, which, unfortunate, but like, I don't play Pokemon for the story, really. Like, I like the characters, and I like collecting Pokemon. Like, that's why I play it. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but like, I can let that slide. But for like The Last of Us, which is a very story-focused game, if I had gotten spoiled on something from that, I would have been way more upset. But I do agree, in like anime and movies and manga and whatnot, the primary focus, I think, is the story. Whereas in a game, the story can be important, but the gameplay is still very, very important too. Classic do not press the red button. Hard not to when it says do not press. Miraculous Ladybug is notoriously bad about spoilers. I guess... Oh. Is that like an animation? I'm trying to think of where I've heard Miraculous Ladybug before. Yeah, I can't remember what do I know Miraculous Ladybug from? A French animation made by Thomas Astruc and Jeremy Zag. Okay, so what is an animation? Let me look up. I want to see if I recognize it. Miraculous Ladybug. Oh, okay. This is definitely not what I was thinking of when I was thinking about it. So I was right that it was an animation, but I was thinking of, yeah, completely different thing. Either way, that sucks that it's notorious for the spoilers. My recommended list for anime is F Dude, the internet thinks I'm down atrociously. Oh, man. I mean, how wrong is it, Sabby? I mean, you know, I'm mildly down atrocious myself, depending on the character and series and whatnot. You should see my my Twitter feed. Can't open that in public half the time. And I'm not complaining, but it's a thing. Oh, speaking of recommendations, that's another thing that the spoilers happen all the time. Like, I go into like YouTube and I want to look up a scene of something, right? I'm like, I don't know. Like, Demon Slayer character appears. Because I thought like, oh, it was such a hype scene when this character shows up in the middle of a battle or something. And then the autofill will be like, Demon Slayer character dies. And I'm like, what? Like, what? Huh? Now, I mean, that's autofill suggestions. It means a lot of people are searching for it. YouTube's trying to be helpful. Like, that's not YouTube's fault, but it's unfortunate. So generally, the thing that I try to do and recommend is do not Google or search on YouTube or anything a show that you're watching, because you will get autofill spoilers. It's not anime art style, but 3D animation, but it's fine. Let's just say that Thomas Astruc has clear favoritism for his female lead, Marinette. I don't think it's uncommon for a creator to have a preference for a certain character that they create, or to even draw the character or design the character to look like their preference. I would say that's probably pretty normal. I'm watching them for research purposes only. Exactly, Seb, you're a scholar. And scholars need to research. Don't hate the player, hate the game. It's not my fault that I have to write a paper about anime. And I need to watch all types of anime. And I especially need to watch anime of that type. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go watch Itadaki Seiki for like the 8th time. Damn. What a guitar line. That's sick. All right, we're playing that. Antonio Lucio Vivaldi. All right, Antonio. I'm playing your song. Full combo. Well, once again, I feel like the preview part of the song that they played was the best part, but I did like it. It was some cool guitar. Hey, S rank again. Nice. Watching for research only works once because then you should have taken notes. Well, you know, maybe you were so enamored with what you were watching, Master, that you forgot to take notes. Or there was like a specific part that you like is sticking in your mind and you need to rewatch that part a few times to try and make sure that you really get some good notes down. You know, just sometimes you need a little bit of extra watching. I basically stopped watching at the end of season 3 because the show was just ruined for me, but I do watch out for news of the show. Was it ruined because of spoilers, Stella? I haven't started season 3 of Demon Slayer yet. I'll probably just wait until it's done and then I'll binge it. Because there's only going to be like 2 more episodes or something. Same thing for the second half of that new Gundam show. I think there's only like 3 or 4 episodes left. At this point, like, all of these spring shows are going to end within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I'll probably just wait for them to end and then I'll binge them. Take a few days off work. Binge as much as I can and catch up. Unfortunately, end of June is when Final Fantasy and Master Detective are both out, and I'm going to want to keep playing those. So it's going to be hard to not play them. My dog ate my notes. Hey, that's a good reason to watch again and take some new ones, Sebi. Leo Max. Leo Max. That's what we like to see. How do I, like, modify my... Nah, I'll check later. Not that important. A fleeting thought. I was talking about Miraculous Ladybug, actually. Ah, okay, okay. I thought because I had mentioned Demon Slayer as an example, I think shortly before you sent the message, so I assumed it was about that. Which is conveniently also like season 3 is airing and close to ending. So it worked out in my head. But that makes sense that you were talking about Miraculous Ladybug then. But yeah, I don't mind 3D animation. That's totally fine. Whenever people, I know this happens a lot with anime fans, but like they get super upset when there's any type of 3D CG and stuff. Like, I mean, yeah, I prefer 2D as well. But to just blanket statements say like, oh, 3D animation sucks, CG sucks, like that's so blatantly wrong. Like, have an open mind, maybe. It's the same type of people who are like, dubs are trash and you're trash if you watch them. Like, I mean, no. Objectively wrong. There are good dubs. It's fine to have a preference for subs. I prefer subs. But I don't go around and say dubs are bad, because I've watched some good dubs. And I think good dubs are still being made. You just like to have, for whatever reason, you have fun shitting on dubs. For, again, I prefer subs. And I think part of the reason is I feel like, at least in sub anime, I feel like the quantity of voice actors is higher, maybe. It's either higher, so there's like more different voices, or the voice actors themselves have enough range that I don't always recognize them. There are definitely certain voice actors that I like always recognize, especially if they're my favorites. But with like the English voice acting, again, it's still good. I have some favorite English voice actors off the top of my head for, you know, but I think I recognize English voices a lot faster. And it could also be because it's my native language. Like, because of that, I pick up on like, oh, this is the same person. Whereas when it's a Japanese voiced one, like, well, I don't speak Japanese. I know some phrases and some words, but that's it. So it might be harder for me to recognize, oh, this is the same person. I prefer dubs fight me. I prefer dubs for years. I think from like 2014 to 2017, I only watched dub. And then some point in 2017, I switched to sub, and I've stayed like that since then. But I have no problem with dub. I think people should watch however they prefer. Reading subtitles is tiring. I don't personally have an issue with it, but I can see why it might get to that point. Especially if you like to like watch anime while you're doing other things. Like, cause then you can still listen if it's in English and like glance at the screen. But, you know, if you're watching it subbed, you have to always 100% be watching. Let's just say they ruined a character's potential and reverted her back to square one. I've definitely seen that happen in anime and manga, and it pisses me off when it happens. I'm like, why did you do that? You ruined everything. Okay, this might sound kind of stupid, but the biggest example of that I can think of off the top of my head, or of just like a baffling decision for a character, is, I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say what happens, but the series Domestic Girlfriend. Okay, you can laugh at me if you want. I read the whole I never watched the anime, but I read the entire manga. I read that weekly. I was 100% locked in. Like, I was so engaged in Domestic Girlfriend. It was like a soap opera. But I liked it. I was like, this is fun. This is good. I like the characters. The art is really good. There was 2 points, both with the same character who happened to be my favorite, where they just made a decision that I was like, what the hell are you thinking? In what world did you actually come to that conclusion and decide, yeah, this is what I should do, and this is a good idea? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. What the hell are you thinking? And the first time it happened, I was upset. But over the course of like the next 30 chapters, they like recovered. They went back to how they were. I was like, all right, you made a mistake. This is going to be character development. You realized you made a mistake. You fixed your mistake. Things are good now. And then later on, they do like the exact same thing. And they don't fix it. And then the series ends. And I'm like, what? What? You just like butchered my favorite character in the last like 5 chapters of the whole series. It's like almost 300 chapters long and you butchered them in the last 5 chapters. What the? It was like a solid 8 out of 10 for me for most of the run. And then just because of the last 5 chapters, I dropped it to like a 6 out of 10. I was so upset with how it ended. It's the author's story. They can end it how they want. They can do what they want. But that doesn't mean I have to like what they did. And I liked everything up until, or pretty much everything up until the last 5 chapters. And then I was like, nope. You really let me down there a little bit, I gotta say. My eyes begin closing after 7 episodes. 7 is a lot. Usually when I watch anime, it's like 3 or less. And I do it at night before I go to bed. I mean, there are days where like I will binge. Like there have been days I've watched like 15 episodes in a row. And I'll do it subbed. What are you doing, you donkey? Yeah, I mean, honestly, for real. I prefer Japanese dubs because it just sounds way better quality because you can hear the emotion in their acting and I just think it sounds better in general. But if you like English dub, you do. Right, like, exactly. People can do them. I think there are some great English voice acting performances that, like, are on the level you just described with the emotion and the acting and really good quality. Like, J. Michael Tatum as Okabe in Steins Gate. I think that was like a 10 out of 10 performance in English. I actually prefer his performance as English Okabe over, I think it's Mamoru Miyono, is the Japanese Okabe, which like unanimously people love. But I prefer the J. Michael Tatum English version. Generally speaking, 98% of the time I will prefer the sub. But there are situations like that where I think the dub is as good, if not better. Steins Gate, I think, was very good, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Gurren Lagann are the 2 that come to mind as like phenomenal dubs. Like I know the guy who voices Edward Elric in English, a little problematic to say the least. I won't go into it, but if you know who he is or read up about it, you can find out. But he did a great job as Edward Elric. Like, amazing. But generally speaking, I do prefer the Japanese dubbed versions. All right. I feel like I've heard this before. This sounds all right. I feel like this could have a cool music video too. You guys actually get to watch the music video. I get like brief glimpses of it. Okay. I guess you can argue that I missed that note. I would disagree. Gonna have to have a word with DJMAX after this stream. For making me look like a fool. Alright, that was my fault, where I missed that note. My brain, like, completely shut off for a split second. My fingers didn't even move when the notes came. I have no excuse. It just happened. But the previous one, no, that was BS. I love when the idol anime have 2D dancing sections, but I do understand it would be easier if they do switch to 3D, since I guess it would be easier to animate. Yeah, I think for, like, music performance scenes, it is significantly easier to do 3D CG for that stuff. Generally because they can mocap it. And then it's easier to, I guess, model it in 3D. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but... Now, there are some anime that are fully 3D that I think are great for music. Bang Dream and D4DJ are both... Like, they both have multiple seasons, and they're both completely 3D. And I think the 3D animation in that, like, it's super fluid, it's super expressive. Very, very impressive. I've been watching Trigun lately, the new one, Trigun Stampede, I think it's called. That's fully 3D, or CG, and that's really good. It's the same studio who did Beastars and Land of the Lustrous, so, like, you know that their CG is going to be good. But yeah, it's nice to see the 2D ones, but I totally see for music stuff why they do 3D a lot. Argon, I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Is it like Argonavis? Argonavis? I know that's like the male side of the... Not Bang Dream, but like Bandori, or like it's all the same studio. I haven't watched it, but I've listened to a couple of the songs and I thought they were good. I know Bang Dream did 2D before that. Yeah, season 1 of Bang Dream was 2D, and then season 2 and on they switched to 3D. I think the 3D is way better than the 2D. I mean, it wasn't like bad, but I definitely think the 3D is the CG is a big improvement. Also, I'm sorry if my throat or my voice sounds a little like scratchy today, but for whatever reason, the air quality is pretty bad where I live today. Usually it's good, but today there's like warnings for the bad. I don't know why. So I don't know if it's like making my throat maybe a little scratchy or itchy or something. Hopefully it doesn't sound weird. I mean, I recorded that like gacha video earlier. I don't know. I know Master, you watched it because you commented. I don't know Sebi or Stella if you've watched it, but I listened to part of it and I thought it sounded okay. So hopefully I sound okay. The air ain't airing, dude. Yeah. Not around these parts, it isn't. I pronounce the Navis as Novus, so like Argonovis. That would make sense to me. Yeah, I haven't like found a good like a site that's streaming it. I don't know if I just missed it, but like Bang Dream and D4DJ, they just put on their official YouTube channels. So like it's easy to watch. Like, did they do that with Argonovis? Like, did they post it on YouTube or anything? Because I just don't remember seeing it. All right. So this was the new DLC that came out like last week. I think I've played most of the songs I was interested in here. Actually, this one sounds good. Let's play this. And then we'll just switch to a different pack. I like the art on this one. That's a nice, it looks kind of retro, like 80s or something. I definitely like this, and I really like the background art. I really like pastel colors. I don't know if I've said that before, but I find them very, very appealing. That ending part caught me totally off guard. I was like, oh geez, that was a lot faster, just like out of nowhere. I nearly missed a couple notes towards the end there. I really like that song. I thought that was really good. I usually watch on third-party sites like Dine Anime, GoGo, Animention, Chia. Okay, gotcha. I've heard of some of those sites. I usually just stick to like Crunchyroll, High Dive, those types of sites because I think it's just a lot more convenient, but I'm sure it's easier to find on those. I prefer English dub most of the time. I usually like to see what people prefer only. Like Infinite Stratos had a pretty good dub since they were supposed to be from around the world. That's true with like international characters. There's actually certain anime I can think of where the voice actor will voice both the English and Japanese versions. I think off the top of my head, the voice actor who does Maho in D4DJ, Maho is my favorite character in D4DJ, by the way. Also one of my all-time best girls, like in my top 25. She might even be in my top 15. But I think she voices her in both the Japanese and the English version of the anime, because she's bilingual. And I think in Tomo-chan is a Girl, that rom-com from last season, I think the same voice actor, or the Carol's voice actor, the blonde girl, I think she did it in both Japanese and English too. I might be wrong, but I think she did. Sorry it took me forever to reply. I had to log into MAL to remember what anime it was. No problem at all, Master. No problem. Alright, I'm definitely adding this song to favorites. And then we'll go to the extension 3, I guess. Check that out. Those voice actors are such a flex. Yeah, honestly, to be able to completely do multiple languages. Super impressive. All right, let's see what we got in V Extension 3. I don't think I've played the V Extension packs as often, because I think I played a lot when DJMAX first came out, and I think at that point they had like Technical 1 and 2. I think they had Portable 1 and 2. I think they had Trilogy, like Classikai, Black Square, but I don't think they had these extension packs. So these are pretty new for me in general. I'll watch all my anime in Japanese dub. That's totally fine, Stella. I mean, I will do the same as well. Like, I don't mind dub, but if I have a choice, I'm just gonna default to the Japanese one. That sounds hard. I haven't logged into MAL since high school. What a throwback to all the anime I used to watch. All my ratings are out of whack. Yeah. I made my MAL in high school too. I actually, I think either late college or shortly after I graduated college. So like 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I guess that would be 5 years ago. Oh my God. Somewhere in the 3 to 5 years ago range. I discovered AniList, which is... It's like MAL, but it's a much more modernized version of it. Like the interface is just, I think, a lot cleaner, a lot easier to look at, a lot sleeker. It's easier to navigate. Like this, I like MAL, but I think the search on it sucks. Like it will not find what I'm searching for most of the time. The AniList search is a lot better in my opinion. So I pretty much only use AniList at this point. But I did start with MAL in high school. But to your point about the scores, I actually frequently will go through my whole list and re-rate stuff. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but like I use MAL and AniList, but I actually have an Excel sheet for all of the stuff I've seen, and I get really in depth with that. Like I have an entry for every anime I've completed. I rate on a scale of 1 to 10, I rate the story, the characters, the art and animation, and the soundtrack and voice acting, and my enjoyment. And then I give it an overall rating, and then I also have it calculate a weighted ranking based on my category rankings. So like, story is weighed the most heavily because that's what I care about the most, and the art and animation is weighed the least heavily because that's what I think is least important, which is counterintuitive for anime. I feel like the animation people care a lot about, but I'm much more about the content. So the story and the characters are my top two most important. And then I prefer like the music aspect of things to the visual. So I tier them from most to least important. It's story, then characters, then the music and voice acting, and then the art and animation is last. They're all important, but that's how I rank them. And then my overall ranking tends to be like somewhere in between my enjoyment ranking, which is just bias by itself, and my weighted ranking. And then I write, like I have a little comment box, and I write like a little write-up after I finish the anime with like anywhere from like 3 to 15 sentences about what I thought of it. So I get really in depth on my rating. And I have like these graphs that like are these equations that calculate stuff based on all of my like category rankings and overall rankings, and I have graphs that get generated based on that. So I have a graph like plotting my score by year, my score by like season it came out in, my score by like what the source material is between manga, light novel, original. Like I have all sorts of graphs being generated based on my scores. Like I love spreadsheets and numbers and graphs and data. So I really like filling that out. And then like when I'm doing my anime awards prep, like I think I've mentioned before, I did that anime awards stream back in February. I have another Excel sheet that I track all of that in. So I have an entry for like every anime I watched that year with what studio made it, what score I gave it. Then I have columns for all of my like 30 categories, and I'm plotting like which categories this is a potential nominee for, and then I weed things out until I have the final nominees for every category, and I have links to like my favorite songs and my favorite openings and endings and favorite scenes, and like I just, oh, I love spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets and data. So my Annie list is a simplified version of my like Excel sheet that I have personally. Because on Annie list, I just put my score in, and I might write like a 1-sentence comment. Oh man, I have a few messages to catch up with here. My best boy in anime has been Rei Sakuma for a long time now. I first discovered Ensemble Stars a few years ago. Oh, I think I remember you mentioning Rei, Stella. Yeah. Probably back, I think it was my Beat Saber stream maybe. I think you mentioned him in that. I still need to check out Ensemble Stars though. I'll never give anything a perfect score. I'm one of those people. I'm one of the people who agrees that nothing is perfect. So like my weighted ranking, I don't think will ever be a 10 out of 10. But I have given, I think 5. No. Wow, it might be up to 7 anime now that I've given a 10. And that 10 is not because I thought it was objectively perfect, but because either A, I thought it was incredibly entertaining and just well put together overall, or B, I really, really emotionally resonated with it. Let me see. I think off the top of my head, I've given 10s to Planet After Story, which is my number 1 of all time. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I thought was just excellent all around. Gurren Lagann. A Place Further Than the Universe. Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. Bocchi the Rock. And Pompo the Cinephile. I think, yeah, that's 7. I think those are the 7 things I've given a 10 to. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll show my Excel spreadsheet for my anime. You can get a taste for just how in-depth it is. I think old me would have done that, but at some point I realized I was only doing it for myself, and I have other things I like to get elbow deep in, like conlang. Some of the ratings are fine. What's a conlang? But yeah. Oh, that's also referring to the whole, like, yeah, I will frequently go through my whole list, all like 350 plus anime I've seen, and I'll look at the numbers, and if anything jumps out at me, I'm like, huh, did I really think that show was a 7.5? I don't know. And then I'll like go at my detailed spreadsheet and I'll like read my thoughts again. I might rewatch some scenes. I might adjust my category rankings, and then I might be like, you know what? I think that's more like a 7. And then I'll change it. I don't think I've ever increased my ranking. Or very, very rarely do I increase my rating. I pretty much only drop ratings. Especially because, like, over time, the more I watch, the more I kind of refine my taste. And then I'll drop things that I might have watched years ago that I was like, well, at the time I did like it, yeah. But looking back at it, like, more objectively, do I really think it deserves that? Probably not. Detailed reviews are always welcome. Hey, I love my little boxes. I have written detailed reviews for a couple of them. I haven't in a while, but I was pretty into that for a bit. I rated Xholic and Chobits very high, both classic, very good anime. I haven't watched either of them, but I have heard good things, especially Chobits. Himawari is voiced by Cherami Leigh in the English dub, who I adore. She does so many good voices. Cherami Leigh is actually one of my favorites for English voice actors. Good pick, Master. If I remember correctly, she does Asuna in Sword Art Online. And Asuna is my... If I'm only talking about anime, not including like gacha games and stuff, then Asuna would be my best girl. And she has been since like 2014 when I first watched Sword Art Online. Back when I was like 18 at that point, yeah. So it's been 8 years now, and I would still put Asuna as my #1 best girl if I'm talking anime only. And I did start watching Sword Art dubbed, and Cherry is Asuna. I did switch to sub around season 3, and I've watched it sub since then. But I do really like Cherry's Asuna performance. Actually, I think I've mentioned I went to Anime NYC, the convention, last year, and Cherry was a guest there, and I brought like an Asuna Weiss Schwartz card because I wanted her to sign it. Because lately I've been really into, I really like collecting cards, but like signed memorabilia, I think is very cool. So I've had this idea like, oh, when I go to conventions, it would be great to have like a Weiss card or some other trading card for a character that this voice actor has voiced, and have them sign the card, and I can put it in my binder and like build up a collection of signed cards by the voice actors. I thought that would be a really cool idea. I got a Yoko Littner card from Gurren Lagann, signed by her voice actor, Michelle Ruff. I met her at Anime NYC as well. She was very nice. But I wanted to meet Cherry as well, who does Asuna, have her sign an Asuna card. And her line was always super long though. Like I checked multiple, it was a 3-day convention. I went all 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every single day that I went, I checked her line at least a couple times, and it was always at least an hour-long wait. I was like, damn, like, I'd like to meet her and have her sign the card, but I really don't want to stand in line for an hour. Like, there's so many things I want to do at the convention. Artist Alley always takes me a day and a half to 2 days to get through. There's a couple panels I'll go to. I still like to walk the show floor. I meet up with some of my friends. Like, I don't know if I can justify standing in line for an hour. I probably could, especially if I do it early in the day. And, you know, to her credit, it was usually an hour-long wait because I was talking with, like, the volunteer who was in front of her line. She takes a lot of time to talk to each person in line because she's like, well, you stand in line for a long time. You're paying to get something signed or take a picture. Like, I want to make it worth your while, so, you know, I want to chat with you a bit. So because she's talking to each person, that's making it take longer. Which I think it's very nice of her to do, but it did make it hard for me to justify standing in the line. Maybe next year, if she does do it another year. The Tara Strong of anime, if you will. She has done a lot of stuff. Perfect to Me is a 9 that is your favorite. I've given 2 10s, which are Chobits and Girls on Panzer. 1 for Girls on Panzer being my first anime, Chobits being my first manga, which was then my second anime. Yeah, I mean, people will have different criteria for what makes a 10 for them too. Like, there's some guy that I know who gives 10s away like candy. Like, their average rating is like an 8.8 or something like that. I'm like, well, how is your average rating? Like, are that many things a 10? And it's just because they rate things based on how much they personally enjoy it and like how emotionally attached they get. If it makes them cry, they give it a 10, basically, which is fine, you know? If that's how they want to rate things and that's what makes it a 10 to them, then by all means, they should be fine. Or they should be able to do that. That might not be what makes a 10 to me, but it's a factor that plays into 10s. It's a constructed language, like Klingon is a Konglang. I have my own called Kainan, pronounced with the Y being the noise you make to a horse move, like a hya, so Kianan. The Y is a voiceless Y written with this Y, so instead of ya, you breathe out first hya. It's more like a horse move sound. Voiceless Y doesn't exist in a real language, and there's a reason I chose. Oh. I didn't realize that. I mean, I knew about Klingon. I haven't watched any Star Trek, but that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that there was this whole. Oh, conlang is short for constructed language. Now I see. Interesting. You came up with your whole language. That's impressive. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that there was like this whole thing that people actually do that. I forgot I got her signature at Fan Expo. I told her how much I loved her in XXholic. It's posted like $60 and I spent an hour and a half in line. I think I cherished that next to Terra Strong's. Got the chat for 20 seconds, but it was more just me gushing than her saying thanks. Hey, at least you got to meet her. You got it. It's funny that you had like basically the same experience. It's just you actually stood in the line and I was like, ah, man, it's hard to. If she comes for another convention, I think I will definitely try doing it. And I'll try being really on top of like getting to the line early in the day. Or like they have lunch breaks and panel stuff. Like I'll probably try and get to the line close to when those are ending. Just to like be towards the front. Because like I would probably wait half an hour. But like an hour, hour and a half, that's tough. But that's awesome that you got to meet her and talk to her for a bit. Even if it was just mostly you gushing. But yeah, the signatures vary a lot too. I feel like they can be anywhere from like $30 to $70 depending on the voice actor and how popular they are. I do remember you mentioning Terra Strong in the past. That was another one you like. I even have a way to write my language. I have about 300 words or so. Grammar and basic conversation is possible. But I can't show it here. Maybe one day on a Discord. Yeah, if I ever get around to making one, you could definitely send it there. But that's cool that you spent all the time to actually like put together a full language. Must be tough to like come up with actual words and grammar, and I don't know how people did it back in the day. Especially back in the day, like people who were multilingual, like before online and dictionaries and stuff, like two people who spoke completely different languages, they meet and they're like pointing at objects and saying like what the word is. Like I look at a tree and I say tree, and then some like Spanish person looks at the tree and they say árbol, and they're like, whoa, so that's the same thing. When I say tree, that means árbol, and vice versa. And then they like learn to speak each other's language from doing that. Like that's crazy. People did that back in the day. At some point, I was trying to learn how to read Japanese. I started like, I think it was katakana or hiragana. I forget which one is the easier one to start with. I got like close to halfway through it, and then I got caught up and distracted with some other stuff. I need to get back to it. What was that like scream? Disappear. Come on, do it again. Disappear. There we go. Disappear. Disappear. Wow. That's something. That's something. I didn't expect that when I was scrolling through. So many rules like codexes, letter clusters, vowel constant groupings, not to mention derivation and language aging. Don't even get me started on combination deletion of sounds. Just reading that sounded complicated. So actually putting it all together, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. I've never tried to create a language in any story I've done so far. Quite the complicated process. Yeah, it really sounds like it, especially after that last message that Master just sent with all those different like rules that you have to be cognizant of while you're making it. This sounds good. Pretty chill. I like this. All right, let's play this one. Oh, what the? There were a couple of hard parts on that. That was, I really like that song. I really like that. I've been really into like the 80s synthwave type stuff lately, and that kind of scratched that itch. It's been only 6 years, I think, but I'm on the slower side, not a main thing, more of a side hobby. Even as a side hobby, that's pretty cool. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze and I have a cough drop in my mouth. I really don't want to. Those fingers are freaking me out. Yeah. Yeah. I noticed them a lot while I was playing. I was like, damn. Like they're right up in my face typing. Leo fingers should be freaking you out. With how good he's been playing. Get those things insured. Thank you, Master. Thank you. It does feel wicked satisfying pulling that stuff off. 80 synthwave goes hard. Yeah, man. I've been super into it. Let me look. There's a like an EP that I've been really into lately. Look up. It's called "See Me" by Lebrock. Lebrock. That's one song in particular from it that I like a lot. But the whole EP it's from is pretty good. It's like that 80s kind of synthwave type stuff. Now this sounds like an anime opening. Alright, Daydream. Let's go. Anime OP time. Got like the main characters as idols or something. My nose itches. Itchy nose mid-rhythm song is like the worst. Ooh, that was good. I like the song. And I did very well. That's got to be S rank. 100%. Oh, S rank 99.33%. I got to be good on the leaderboard for that one. Question, when you watch an anime series, do you always watch the opening unless it's really pog? I will only watch it once, then skip them. I'm the same way, Sebi. Yep. I watch it. The very first time it comes up on the first episode, I will watch it. If I really like the song, I will watch it every time. For example, the working opening, fantastic, love it. If I'm like mid or impartial on it, I'll usually just skip it. Or like I'll check my phone during the opening and then I'll start paying attention after. Same thing with the ending. I really like the ending song for Insomniacs After School, which is currently airing. I always watch that. But yeah, usually just once unless I really like it. Leo Sniff? Or Leo Knows? Leo Knows. That's gotta be Leo Knows. I do knows. This definitely sounds like a fighting anime intro song. I could definitely see that, Stella, yeah. Leo Max, another Sebi. There we go. Woo! Woo! Alright, let's look at the ranking for that. What the hell? I thought I did good. I'm 2,672. And again, look at that. 354,564. I'm literally like less than 2,500 points away. And it's purely because of how much, like, they were slightly more accurate than me. And that's a 2,670 difference. Video's definitely fine. Unfortunately, I didn't get to... I don't think I really saw the video on that. More like another Zebby with that S look or Z looking S. The Zebby. This sounds good too. All right, we're at a good stretch. Back-to-back songs in the list that sound good. I bet this is gonna have a cute video too. I say as a rom-com fan. Almost missed a note there. No! Sorry, my demon came out right there after I missed a couple notes at the very end. Well, I still got an S rank. So that's something. But damn, 2 notes in the last like 15 to 20 seconds. Mighty unfortunate, but it happens. It happens. What can you do? I'll have to make a separate account for Zebby. I mean, if that's what it takes to differentiate, then that might have to be the move. Off the top of my head, my favorite songs from Project Diva are Sandrillin, Senbon Sakura, and World's End Dance Hall. Oh, I know Senbon Sakura. I think one of the bands in Bang Dream covered that, so it's in the game. Sandrillin and World's End Dance Hall, I don't know if I know off the top of my head. Maybe if I maybe if I heard them, I'd recognize them. I know, that was a beautiful performance from me. Thank you, thank you. You can hold your applause until the end. I got some like last minute hand stretches in here before I do another song. World End Dance Hall is my favorite. I also like the Chemical song. I'm not typing it out as it's way too long by Ren. That was a masterpiece, Leo. Thank you, Sebi. That was very beautiful. Thank you, Master. You know, I've been practicing a lot, so I'm very glad that you all recognize just how much time and effort and energy, the endless hours I practice every single day to be able to deliver a performance on that caliber. For you guys to pick up on that, it means the world. It means the absolute world. Gold trophies. Thank you, Master. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying. I'm so happy right now. You guys don't even know. Oh. This like took a second, but it hits. A gold medal too? Oh, thank you, Sebi. Congrats on all the S ranks, Leo. Thank you, Stella. Thank you. Yeah, we've had a good stretch for a couple songs here. I wish I could get a few more full combos, but S ranks are still very good. Grape? I know what a grape. I love grapes. That's my favorite fruit. I haven't had some in a while, actually, now that I think about it. This is a long song. We're only like 2/3 through it right now. Can tell based on the score. That should be an S rank. I think it was a full combo. I just missed what it said at the end there. Max combo, S rank. Woo! Woo! Woo, woo, woo! That's what I'm talking about. Don't be afraid to don't be afraid to grape. You got this. Thank you, Sebi. I will make sure to grape to my heart's content. I also prefer getting perfect combos if I can, but S rank is very good to get as well. Yeah, can't talk all of a sudden. I think if I had to choose, I would take max combo over S, but S is still very good. Is this song long or is it just me? That's some endurance. Oh, so it is. Yeah. Yeah, that one was definitely... I was like, why is this not over? And then I glanced at the score when it was a little slower. It's just a long one. Generally, so like 350-ish thousand, if I'm performing well in the song, when my score is about 350,000, that's when the song is going to end. So you can keep track of the score as long as I'm doing well. Just how close I am to 350k, that's how close the song is to being over. Leo Max. Golden Sebi. Golden Sebi, yes. The Golden Sebi. The highest award of them all. Woo! Feels good, man. Feels good. That was good. I mean, I like the song. It was just kind of long. That thing is the thing of nightmares. What is that? An evil cat? Like, what? This is like some old punk stuff. Wait, got Leonardo da Vinci's like the Vitruvian Man back there or something? Behind that eye on the left? My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather? Or grandmother if you base it on the FGO version? That scared me. That picture. Ah! Looks like she's staring into my soul. This sounds good. An anime stare, yeah. An anime I really like because the music and story is La Corda d'Oro. I don't think I've heard of that. What's that one about, Stella? I can't quite pay attention to what's going on in the background of this one, but like, it seems kind of crazy. That's definitely an S rank. 100%. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. The golden Sebi. Leo Max Gold Sebi. There we go. Oh, I love the diet starts tomorrow reward I just got. That's a mood. This Voyage one also sounds good. So I think we're going to do these back to back. The art looks cute too. Max combo. I feel like that should be an S rank, but it might be close. Another S rank gold combo. I mean, S rank gold combo. S rank full combo. There we go. Leo Max Gold and Sebi again. Yeah, I think that's 3 in a row. It's about students who go to a school that's separated by general education and music. The female lead is from general education, and she gets chosen by a music fairy to participate in a music competition. It got classic music in it because the leads play music on cello, violin, trumpet, piano, flute, and trombone. It's a shoujo anime. Sounds interesting. I like stuff where there's a heavy music involvement. So I could see that being up my alley potentially. Is that an older one? The name didn't sound familiar, so I don't know if I just haven't heard of it, if it's recent, or if it's just older and that's why. That sounds tough. Oh, I think I've heard this one before. Oh, baby, a triple? Get my rewards. That's a nice. I like that. It's an older anime manga. Okay, gotcha. Do you know how old off the top of your head? I'm just curious. Now for the Lord Farquaad feed. Some of you may live, others may die, but that's a price I'm willing to take. That's a risk I'm willing to take. This sounds good. Let's try this one. The name basically just means the golden string. Pretty sure I learned that a while ago. I like the golden string. That sounds like a nice title. I wonder why they named it in a different language. Hello, Popper! I am not doing well on this song. That I don't even know if that's gonna be an A. Oh, okay. Well, we still got an A. Yeah, that was tough. I think I've said the like difficulty wise, that was a 10, I think, on this list. Yeah, that was a 10. Generally, if it's up to 8, I feel pretty good. 9, it gets dicey. 10 is like close to 9, but slightly harder. If it's above a 10, I don't think I can do it. But anything 8 and below. So like if I had played this on hard instead, which is a 7, I probably would have full comboed and S'd it. But as a 10, like it's enough of a bump up that I can't quite do it. It was on fire. Has anyone called the firefighters? Fire. I think the fire's out. No, I ended my streak. I know. I still have like another half hour, 40 minutes or so. We can get a new streak going. It's okay. 2006 to 7 anime, and fun fact, I also forgot it has a visual novel. Oh, nice. I do like visual novels. Oh, I've played this one before. This is a good one. Oh, this is a good one. It's one of those ones that's like the normal difficulty at 6. I feel like it's a little easy for me, but the hard at 12 is way too hard. Like I wish there was something in between, like an 8. Oh, I like this one. It's like this is a pack I've gone through before. Gotta find the ones that I remember and add them to my favorites list again. This one is hard. It's really fast. This one is another hard one. Oh, this is a good one if I remember. Yeah. Leo Ace? I missed that, but yeah, that's a good one for an A. Pretty sure this is a fun one. For B, Leo bad. It would be bad for my standards, yeah. I'll accept it. Not Leo bussin'. Alright, I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna do a little bit more hand stretching and then I'll do that. And go back to this so the song's not constantly playing. Bang Dream has covered a song from one of my favorite idol anime, Prepara Dream Parade. Oh. The name sounds familiar. I would probably recognize the song if I heard it. Prepara Dream Parade. Was that covered by Hello Happy World? Oh, it was covered by pastel palettes. Okay. Pastel palettes. If it's the song I'm thinking of, I like it. I have not seen Prepara, but I believe it's on my list. I've heard good things about that. Leo, relax for the rehydration, finger stretching, and chatting moments. Yeah. 100%, Master. It is Leo relax time. Gotta stay hydrated, gotta catch up with chat. Gotta make sure my fingers are not cramping too badly on me. For me, the spot that kills me is like in between my thumb and my pointer finger on both hands, but especially on my right hand. Like, once that starts cramping, it's hard to go away. I wonder if I should try heating or icing it at some point, like, outside of streams. I can't during streams, obviously, but, like, I can stretch it and I can massage it a little, but it's like, I've had that for years and years and years. Like, it's been going on since I was probably in high school. Not sure what caused it. Anything below an S rank annoys me in rhythm games. I totally feel you, Stella. Wow, we got S for Stella, S for Sebi. But yeah, like, I'll take an A if I get a full combo, but like, generally speaking, I want S. I expect S. I'm disappointed if I don't get an S. Alright, let's try this. This might be tough, especially if my S for Stare War God. True, yeah, just get rid of the Ma part. Oh, man. Of course I missed 2 notes in the last 5 seconds. I think that's an A rank again. My timing wasn't great. Yeah. A rank, and I missed those 2 notes in the last, like, 5 seconds. P-Power, Pretty Rhythm, and Aikatsu are all pretty good idol anime, even though its target audience is kids. I love the music, character, and story in those. I don't know if I've heard of Pretty Rhythm, but Prepara and Aikatsu. I've heard of both of those two, and I heard they're both good. Yeah. I think they're both on my list. But Pretty Rhythm I'm definitely not familiar with. I'd have to check that out. Leo Ace, the silver medal. Yeah. Silver medal. Come on. Come on. We know we can do better than that. If I remember correctly, there's not a ton of songs in this pack that I like. This one I like. Always the last few notes that catch you off guard. It was the same part every single time it came up throughout that song. It was like when I had to use the same finger to hit multiple different notes in a row. If it's the same note over and over, I'm usually okay. But when it slides between like triangle, circle, back and forth really fast, and it's the same finger, like that's harder for me to do. And it was that. Somehow I hit it every time for most of the song, and then every time I felt antsy about it though, and then at the end, I finally failed to hit it. Ice skating idols, really? Man, they have idols for like everything nowadays. Like, there was one that came out maybe last year. I think it was called like Pure Orange or Pura Aura, something like that. It was like hockey idols, something like that. His finger ain't finger it. Never mind. Yeah, you realized as you were typing and you were like, uh-oh. Might get bonked by YouTube right there. Oh, this is a good one. Pretty easy, even on the maximum. And it's catchy, and it has a good animation. Oh, this is a great one. I love this one. Actual people. Come on. 2D only. Clear Blue Skies classic. "3D people, ew." True. I mean, Hololive collabed with a Japanese baseball organization. I think I saw that somewhat recently. I don't know if the collab itself was recent or if just news of it came up again since baseball season is in full swing again. Hololive's gonna take on the world and take over the world and I'm all for it. I wouldn't mind, man. I love Hololive. That's been my favorite VTuber organization. Like, I mean, it was my intro to VTuber, so I might be a little biased. It's been like 2.5, coming on 3 years since I was first introduced, but like I've always had a good time with Hololive. I feel like they're a great company. They're always like pushing forward innovation and collabs, and I don't know. I really like them.
Open your eyes, open up the clear blue sky. I'll be there to hold you close in my mind. Can you see the stars melting on the sea below? Celebrate a brand new day to start again.
Don't think that's gonna be a S rank, but it is a max combo. Max combo A? Yeah, max combo A. Alright. Well, at least it was max combo. Hololive isn't my cup of tea. I just prefer male VTubers. I still say that Leo is just Leia using a voice changer. Yeah, I mean, totally fine if it's not your cup of tea. Do you like Hollow Stars then, Stella? Like, the male side of Hololive? I definitely mostly watched female ones when I started. I think, generally speaking, like, female VTubers tend to have a more male fan base, and male VTubers... I don't know if it's, like, leans female, or if it's more split, or what. Like, I know in my YouTube stats, I have a higher male than female. But it's probably... I don't know. But yeah, I mostly watch the female ones for the first, like, year or two that I was into VTubers, and then I think around Nijisanji, when they first came out with Luxium, I started being more open to the male ones, and now I watch, like, a good amount. Luxium and Hollow Stars English, I watch a good amount of both of them. Leia using a voice changer would be... that would be interesting. Maybe it's like a recurring thing, but I feel like it first happened some number of years ago. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure when Master did not send that twice. YouTube being funny. I do prefer Hollow Stars and Luxium. Nijisan. Yeah, they're both good groups. Leo Max, Leo Ace. There we go. There we go, Sebi. Vesper's my Oshi, and he's male, and Leo's male too, so there's 2 for 2. Yeah. There you go, 2 for 2 on the males, yeah. I would say... I watch a good amount of a lot of the Hollow Stars English guys. I think... Bettel is probably my Oshi of the Hollow Stars guys. But I'm also very fond of Shinri and Axel. I mean, all 8 of them are good, but yeah, I would say Bettel's my top, and then Shinri and Axel are probably my next up. Magni's funny though, or Dez. Yeah, he's funny. And then in Nijisanji, I think... I'm trying to think among the guys. I like Luca a lot. I like Ike a lot. They're probably the 2 that I watch most from Nijisanji. Vesper is really good with oh, excuse me. Oh. Didn't mean to yawn there. Vesper is really good with the just chatting stuff. Same with Shinri. They're both good just chatting. Like, they have good voices for it. They have good stuff to tell. I like that Hollow Stars is basically an adventure guild. Yeah, I really like that idea, Stella. Like, that's a cool way, like, just adding different roles from the adventure guild as they're recruiting more members and whatnot. I like that. I watched a sub collab between Subaru, another Nijisanji guy, Belmond, I think was he's my favorite, and they watched Avengers. Like Subaru from Hololive? Or is this 2 different Nijisanji guys? One is named Subaru. I don't think... actually, the name Belmond kind of rings a bell. But considering that you're a big Marvel movies fan, I can see why you would be into a collab where they watch Avengers. Vox has a pretty good voice. I like how goofy Luca is. Yeah, Vox has a really nice voice. Very smooth. That's like... I think a lot of guys wish they had a voice like that. myself included. It's a very nice voice. I mean, I used to hate mine. I mean, most people I think hate their voice. But like I've done content creation for a bit. So I think with the amount of times that I've had to listen to myself recorded and rewatch VODs to find clips and stuff, like I've started to not even started, like I'm totally more or less accepted and okay with it at this point. There's like aspects of it that I wish were a little different or better in some ways, but you got to work with what you got. And if you're doing content creation, you're going to hear it a lot. You got to get over it. And I got over it, but yeah, like Vox. Oh yeah, totally Markiplier. I agree, Stella. He's another really good one. Trying to think of who else. I think Fulgur from Nijisanji is another one who's probably in that group. With like that deeper, kind of smoother voice. But yeah, Luca's super, super goofy. That's fun. Like, you never know what he's gonna pull next. Early enjoyed Vesper's Zomboid streams and the Boys D&D campaign. I don't think I've seen the Vesper Zomboid streams, but I have watched some of the D&D campaign. That was fun. I like that a lot. It would be nice if they did one with, like, Gen 2 of Hollow Stars, if they did their own, or if they did a bigger one. I don't know if it would be too hard with all 8. That seems like it could be chaotic, but, it would be fun, I think. Super from Hololive, one of the few between outside collabs before it was shut down with some exceptions. Yeah, you don't get it super often. Here or there, but, not a ton. I don't really watch collabs with the girls, but I don't mind the chaotic stuff that happens in the Luxian Boys streams. They do get really chaotic when they collab. Ah, man. I don't think this is going to be S rank, but I think it's going to be close. Oh, I got the S. Nice. All right, finally another S full combo. I also don't really watch the ones that are doing Yuri or BL baiting for the fans. Yeah, that's fair, Stella. I'm not, like, obviously, I think content creators should feel free to do whatever they want, whether that's because they're interested in it or because it gets the clicks or money or whatever. Like, I don't really, you know, it's their life and their content. They can do what they want. But as a viewer, I agree. I'm not, like, I don't mind a joke every once in a while, but if they lean too into it, then it's not really my thing personally. So I feel you. I love the smell of chaos in the morning. Oh man. Leo Max, Leo sick. Woo! Finally. Zebby time. True, we got our Z looking S. Callie's D&D campaign, super good too. She did 2 small ones in 1 shot. Wish she'd do more, but it's so much work to set that stuff up. For every hour of play, a DM usually goes through 2, so I understand. Yeah, I've seen some of the Hollow Myth one as well, and again, I like those too. I think I've watched more of the Hollow Stars one, but yeah, especially like it's so hard, I think, to get collab times down with how busy they all are. What is this music video? A mix of still frames and weirdly smooth animation. Yeah, I like that video, but yeah, it is kind of, I don't want to say Uncanny Valley, but there's something about it. Alright. This one sounded pretty good. Nice, like, rock one. I think Corona and Okayu do some. I guess there's a good amount. I'm Yuri baiting. Yeah, I could see that. I know I've definitely seen, like, TT compilations from them before. I know some of the Hololivers have put out some statements before, like, it's totally fine to, like, ship people, but, like, just remember that there's real people there, so if you get too aggressive with the shipping, it can make people uncomfortable and then not really want to interact or collab as much because they don't want to just constantly get comments like that, which is kind of sad that they must get that many comments that it impacts them to that point. But with an audience and reach as big as they have, I guess you're going to get some very vocal people. Missing out on some very funny Ame comment and... Oh my god, I can't read. You're missing out on some very funny Ame content in that Myth campaign. Surprised there aren't more clips. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been seeing clips as often lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've just been more likely to put on an actual stream as opposed to clips lately. Like, generally I find if I'm on YouTube and I'm just looking for something, like, I by default will hit my subscriptions tab and I'll just look at who's online and pick one of them. For clips, I feel like it's usually just stuff on, like, TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Like, that's my main... clip, like, consuming at this point. Good old rock is always a good medium choice. Not too hard, not too light, the Goldilocks rock song, if you will. Yeah. Connor and Iron Mouse get that shipping stuff constantly, but they're just really close friends. Yeah, I've seen a ton of that. People who just, like, refuse to believe that they could just be friends. It's like, I don't... Like, you know, people can be friends, right? Like, opposite genders can be friends. Like, it doesn't... There doesn't have to be this hidden implication or anything. Like, you can... It's just normal. You can just be friends. I do think they're a very fun, like, pair, though. Whenever they collab, I think it's always funny. Totally agree, Stella. And it's just nice how close they are for friends. Like Connor doing that big bike ride for charity to, like, raise money towards research or for whatever it is that Iron Mouse has, that health condition. Zebby time, get lost. Oh boy, Zebby and Sebi are here at the same time. Now that is crazy. Sebi has become his midnight alter ego Zebby, the man we need for rhythm games. Yeah, we've gotten both. The light and dark. Sebi and Zebby. Who will win out in the end? I need to pause. I was about to drink some water. My suspension of disbelief. Bruce Wayne and Batman are in the same chat. Sebi and Zebby. That would be like if Leo and Leia were here at the same time. Oh man, that was whew. Max combo and an S. Damn, I barely must have pulled that S off. I wonder what the criteria is, because I feel like I've gotten over a 97% before and not gotten an S. It must depend on per song, or maybe it is a blanket over 97% S and under isn't. Leo Max, Golden Sebi. Woo! There we go. Sebi wishes he could be as cool as me. It's tough being related to him. Oh man, yeah, I can imagine you guys have a lot of conflict. Sebi Zebi. Have I seen One Punch Man? I have seen One Punch Man, yep. I've seen both seasons. I'm excited for season 3. I'm curious about what studio will do it, because I thought 1 was a lot better than 2. 2 wasn't as bad as everyone makes it out to be, I think. Like, the characters and story are still fine, but the animation definitely wasn't as good. I have read ahead in the manga, though. I've read a good amount of the manga, like, probably multiple seasons worth past, or at least one season past where the anime is. The art in the manga is insane. Like, 10 out of 10 art. I think the artist is Murata. Or was that the Berserk author who died? Now I'm blanking. Whatever the One Punch Man's artist is, he is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. What about you, Stella? Are you a fan? It's been surprisingly sparse of Leo restarting, like in some streams. You've learned Inner Peace, Kung Fu Panda style, and are going with the flow. Yeah, there are certain songs I've just accepted, like, even if I restart, I'm probably not going to do it. I feel like I can tell, like, there are certain songs that I know, like, I could do that. I could do that. And if I have a little bit of a question about it, like, I don't want to restart 15 times. It also depends how early. But also, like, yeah, depends on the game and the song and everything. Kung Fu Panda, though, that's a throwback. I don't even know if... I probably saw the first one. I don't know if I saw anything after that. 1 is good, 2 is okay, but does expand the story. Great villain. 3 is not great, more of a moneymaker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about One Punch Man there, Master. Not Kung Fu Panda. An anime that a lot of people seem to like is Seven Deadly Sins, but I don't really like it, especially the male and female lead. Yeah, some of my friends, it seems like, at least from my friends who have seen Seven Deadly Sins, they like the first 2 seasons, and then they think there's a big drop-off from season 3 and on. I don't know if that's because of story. I've heard the animation takes a big drop, too. I haven't watched any of it. From the clips I've seen, I think the male main character would really annoy me. What's his name? Is he Leonidas or something like that? I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of One Punch Man, but my brothers are a fan of it. I think it's good. It's like a great action comedy in my opinion. Like the story actually gets pretty interesting as it goes on. But I think, yeah, the best part about One Punch Man is the action and the characters. So it really depends how you feel about action anime and how much you like the characters. I like Saitama, and then I like a good amount of the side characters too. I think Bang is good, Genos, Fubuki, Tatsumaki. I am blanking on the antagonist's name from the 2nd season who continues on as the antagonist, the guy with like the white hair that's in the V shape. I like him. Yeah, it's a fun show, I think. I really hope they do the manga justice in the 3rd season. He's such a perv though, and Elizabeth doesn't resist. Yeah, I really don't like the pervy main characters. Like, I think when I was in high school, I probably would have thought it was funny. But now as an adult in my mid-20s, I'm just like, this is obnoxious and annoying, and I would much rather if you didn't act like this. It's the same thing with ecchi. Like, when I was in high school, I was like, oh yeah, ecchi, woo! Or I thought it was funny. And now it's like, I either roll my eyes or I just kind of, like, ignore it, if I can. I mean, there are certain shows where I think the ecchi works well, like Kill la Kill. Like, the ecchi is a big part of that, and I think that's a situation where I'm fine with it. Even if it is over the top, like, it works for that show. But I've definitely actually grown out of, like, the whole, like, oh no, I fell in a weird way and landed in a compromising position right on top of the main character. Oh, and then I'm gonna call him a pervert and slap him, even though, you know, it just kind of, like, okay, like, you know, I'm not 16 anymore. I don't really think that's funny. I'm 26. Like, Mineta from My Hero Academia. Like, I can't stand the guy. He's literally just the pervert side character. I like Seven Deadly Sins. I stopped watching after season 3 because of the story. Yeah, Leonidas. I like the premise, and then it kind of went downhill. Yeah, I definitely heard something about season 3 and on was not so great. See ya, off to hang out with my fan club. See ya, Sebi. See ya, Zebi. Thanks for stopping in the stream. Have fun with your fan club. I'm sure it's very ravenous. Tatsumaki's outfit seems quite revealing because the slits are so high on her outfit. They are, yeah. I don't really mind. Like, that's a situation where it's like not the type of ecchi that bothers me. And she is actually like a good character. I don't think she gets like overly sexualized or anything. The slits are kind of high up, but I don't mind. Some ecchi are just borderline hentai though and should just be put in the hentai category. Yeah, certain like High School DxD is probably one of those. I haven't actually seen it, but from what I have heard about it and from people I know who have seen it, that should probably just basically be in the hentai category. I'm sure there's others like that too. I tend to not really watch stuff that's super ecchi. Definitely as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little pickier, and usually if I see like a trailer and it's notably ecchi, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Meh. And I'm not gonna bother. If it has a little bit here or there, I'll probably still watch, but if it's like a decent amount, I probably won't. I've seen all 4 seasons and you would be right. There we go. I just kind of ignore most of that stuff most of the time now. Sure, when I was younger, that stuff may have been funny or distracting, and now it's not. Sometimes jokes fall flat and the appeal fails. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think probably all of us are going to be in the same boat in how we feel about the ecchi stuff, because I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming all of us are like adults. So I think we've kind of grown out of it. Like, but a lot of times these ecchi series, like, they're targeted at like teenage boys, right? And I think a teenage boy is going to find that like funny or distracting or whatever. Like, you know, they're probably going to be like, yeah, and they're the target audience. But if we're all like young adults or adults watching it, we're not going to react the same way. When we were a kid, or not kid, when we were teenagers, we probably would have. But now, like, we don't. And I think it's fine to not like it and not watch it, but there's definitely the whole just recognizing you aren't the target audience anymore. That's what I think a lot of Pokemon fans don't get with the games. Like, I love Pokemon. It's like probably my all-time favorite franchise. Obviously, like, I love collecting the cards. I have a stream for it later this week, by the way. Hand cam opening on Saturday. I need to figure out a better hand cam solution though. And I love the video games, but like, I see a lot of people on Reddit and just the internet in general complaining like, Pokemon, it's way too easy. It's the same thing all the time. First of all, it's not the same thing every time, but like, a lot of these people forget that Pokemon is targeted at kids, you know? Like, it's not targeted at those of us in our 20s and 30s. We still enjoy it, but like, we played it as kids. And then we still like it as young adults. But we are not the target audience anymore. We grew out of it. So as we grew out of it, yeah, we have things that we might want to see. But they're not making it for us. They're making it for kids. There are aspects of it that I agree with too. They're like, it would be nice if it was harder. I think it's totally fine if they had like a difficulty option, you know, easy, normal, hard. Or if they like let you choose if you want to use the EXP share, just make that an option that you can toggle on and off in the settings or something. Those would be good changes, rather than like forcing it to be the same or forcing it to be on. But a lot of what people want from Pokemon is like not something that would really appeal to kids, I think, and they just don't seem to realize that. If a story is good enough, I should be able to look past. I agree with that, Master, because story is kings for me. Story is king for me. Hello, Jizzard. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, it's more or less about to end. I'm probably going to play like one more song, but I hope you enjoy being here for the time that you are here. Redo of a Healer should just be put in the hentai category since it's basically just a revenge hentai. Yeah, I read like 2 chapters of Redo of Healer because I heard how crazy it was. It was an experience reading those 2 chapters. I was like, wow, I don't know how they're gonna adapt this as an anime. I didn't watch any of the anime, but from what I've seen and heard of it, yeah, it's basically just revenge hentai. Very extreme revenge. You're gonna get some gloves for your hand cam stream. Yeah, I have these fingerless compression gloves. They're actually what I'm wearing right now, because they're good for carpal tunnel, and I don't really have carpal tunnel, but I like wearing them anyway, just when I'm using my computer a lot. So they're not completely covered, like the tips of all my fingers are out. I mean, I don't really care. I don't think I need gloves. These actually make it a little harder to open packs and like handle the cards, I think, because I don't like when the cards are rubbing against the glove. I think that's a little rougher than if it was just your hand. So we'll see how I'm feeling. Maybe I'll use these gloves, maybe I'll just go gloveless, and who knows. Either way, I will be opening cards, and there will probably be multiple card opening streams for like the next week or so. Week and a half. I'm doing one this Saturday. My pre-order shipped today. So I definitely won't get through everything in one stream. I could see there being 2, maybe 3. There'll at least be this one on Saturday. Maybe one early next week, and then maybe a 3rd one. But it's just easier when I go through it without streaming, because I can really rifle through packs. But I do like streaming it, so it's like this conflict that I have. Yeah. I stopped watching the anime or the Pokemon show after XYZ. I heard the XYZ series was really good. I actually heard the Sun and Moon series right after XYZ is like the best the series has been. I watched a couple episodes of it and I thought it was good, and then I paused it to watch other stuff, and then I never went back. I need to at some point. I really want to watch the final season of Journeys that just came out, because it's Ash's last season. Like, he's not the main character anymore. They finally ended his story, which is insane. Like, because Ash was the main character when I was a kid and growing up. Now 20 years later, like, he's finally not the lead, which is just wow. But I did hear XYZ, Sun and Moon are both very good. That's true for the video game, but the TCG is quite a larger range in age. Yeah, agreed, Master. I think the TCG is very, very, very different. I think the actual card game is more popular with teenagers and young adults. And collecting them is very popular with like young and mid adults, like people in their 20s and 30s, I think love the cards. I mean, kids still like them, but I think the games are more targeted at kids and the cards are targeted at like a wider range. But it's still enjoyed by everybody. I see it would appear I've come late. How foolish of me. Hope you accept my deepest apologies, Leo, sir. No need to apologize, Jizzard. Any time that you spend here is cool with me. I appreciate it for choosing to spend some time in good old Leo Lovelace's stream. But there will always be more, so hopefully you can catch another one for longer periods of time potentially. But if not, you know, even 5 minutes, 10 minutes here or there, whatever it is, very cool, totally valid, no worries. Imagine if they made an XYZ Pokemon, you have to combine 2 basics. Take some nods from YuGiOh there. Yeah, I do not like the art style of Sun and Moon. That's fair, it's definitely different. It's a little more, I don't know if I'd say cartoony or what it is, but it's definitely different. I like it because I think it's a little more expressive, but I totally understand why people don't. I think it's been about a decade since I last meddled with Pokemon. You're missing out, Sebi. The games that they've come out with for Pokemon in the last like 2 to 3 years, I think have been the best. Like Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet both came out in 2022. And I would say those are probably the 2 best Pokemon games I've played. Highly recommend them. And the Pokemon TCG is like god tier right now. The quality of the art on the cards is insane. I have so many cards and so many binders full of stuff. Like, oh my god, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. One of the highlights of my life. I watched a few of the original when I was a kid on TV, never really kept up. I did see it in theater, half the 2001 movie. I was the same way, yeah. I didn't keep up with it super often, but I did watch it when I saw it on TV. I saw the original movie. That's a classic. I do like the unique art styles, like the yarn and clay ones. I make it my mission to collect them. Yeah, those are really popular, actually. You'd be surprised how many people collect like specific artists or type of cards like that. I very much like the yarn ones as well. The clay ones I like too, but the yarn one especially. For me, I collect the full art trainers. I collect the alt arts, art rares, trainer galleries, illustration rares, like those types of things. And then basically just any other card that I like the look of. Legends Arceus is an alternate timeline for me. I don't consider it a prequel to Diamond and Pearl. I think it really is an alternate timeline because, I mean, doesn't the game start with the player character being like isekai'd? Or not isekai'd, like they get taken from the modern world and brought into that one. Well, okay, so I guess you could argue it could be an alternate timeline, or it could be a prequel that they get sent back in time. I don't know exactly how the timeline works. I didn't finish all the post-game content, so I don't know exactly if anything was revealed there. But either way, I thought the game was incredibly fun. Ash will truly be Ash soon. No, no. I pretty much just consider it a spin-off game. Yeah, it really is. It was like a spin-off game to showcase the systems that would become some of the mainstays in Scarlet Violet. I really, really like Scarlet Violet. Like, that's my favorite Pokemon game. Leo, it's 11 p.m. Go to bed. Hello, Cammy. Welcome back. I agree. I'm going to play one more song, and then that's going to be it for this one. Speaking of which, I know which song I'm going to play, too. Favorites. Alright, we're going to play that one that I wanted to play last time we played this 2 months ago, and I couldn't unlock it. Now it's unlocked. I can finally play it. Binary World. That's going to be the last one. You're making a field guide in Legends Arceus, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Like, by catching all the Pokemon, you're doing research and making the field guide. Precursor to the Pokédex, essentially. Someone told me to look up a list of them, and some people have lists. Yeah, there's lists of, like, artist-specific, type of card-specific. I collected only full arts and such I play in almost all bulk. The ones I won't play, I sell unless they have sentimental value. I mean, that's a good reason to do it. Make some money back. Use that to get new cards that you might use to play or actually want to collect. That's usually what I do with, like, I just have all my bulk in boxes. I probably have between 20 and 30,000 bulk cards. Dozens and dozens of boxes completely filled with bulk. I wish I knew what to do with it. Like, stores don't really take it in anymore because so many people got into it and traded in bulk. But, like, what am I going to do with 20 to 30,000 bulk cards? But yeah, with, like, the full arts and stuff, like, I keep the ones that I want for my binders. And then if I do a master set, I'll keep one extra of everything. Like, for this upcoming stream, I'm going to want 2 of everything because I'm going to aim for my binder set and then also a master set. But we'll see. Gotta hop off now. See you next stream, Leo and everyone else. See you, Stella. Thank you very much for coming to the stream. Hope you have a great rest of your night. And see you on the next one. You miss Zebby, Cammy? He's a rude dude. Yeah, Zebby was something. I was taking a power nap. Probably the only sleep I'm getting tonight. Damn. Hopefully you can catch more sleep. I mean, power naps are good, but staying up all night, that's rough. I've only pulled a couple all-nighters, but man, did I regret it. Got a busy day or something tomorrow, Cammy? I love bulk, so maybe one day you can't put bulk Pokemon cards beside Leo hoodies and hats on merch store. Yeah, every Leo merch item comes with 100 cards in bulk just to help me get rid of it. Have a good rest of your night, everyone. Yeah, good night, Stella. Thanks again for coming to the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your night, too. I just, like, completely doubled up on what I said right there. Well, I'll say it a third time. Have a good rest of your night. Have some sleeping pills, Cammy. I mean, that could help. I've never needed to take them because I'm usually pretty good about falling asleep, but I don't regret anything. If you don't regret it, then it's probably all right, I guess. I have a 6-hour marching band practice and first day of work. Ah. Yeah, I mean, I know that you did say you have the early practices, so a 6-hour practice followed by work, that sounds pretty busy. Alright, so this is my favorite song. Binary World, here we go. What are you doing for work? I'm curious as well. Here we go. Culver's is like a very Midwest thing, right? I feel like there's not Culver's outside of the Midwest. That was the exact same spot again. I was too Sebby for Culver's. Sebby, if you have 13 of you could like staff all Culver's by yourself. Yeah, it's only Indiana. Gotcha. Use the yeah, I mean the obliterator, you know, they don't really want people obliterating their food or obliterating the customers. I think you really have to rein him in before you are able to get that gig. Alright, I'm not gonna restart again if I miss a note, but I shouldn't have missed that note. That doesn't count. My hand froze. There we go. Max combo. Finally. Have to end on a max combo of my favorite song in the game. Come on. That just makes sense. Oh, and the S rank. The Golden Sebi S rank max combo, my favorite song for the last song of the stream. That is good. Bad business to kick heads? I would say so, Sebi. Master of Rhythm, Leo notices an imperceptible mistake us mere acolytes could only wish to notice, which required him to restart. From my view, it seemed perfect. Exactly, Master. It's the years and years of experience. You'll get there one day. Watch enough of my rhythm streams and you'll also be able to notice those tiny, tiny mistakes. I don't see the issue, honestly. Some customers deserve it. I think anybody who's worked retail or food service would agree with you there, Sebi, yeah. Excuses, Leo? Wow. I love the video that plays in the background of this. Yeah, this is, that's another, I think, factor into why it's one of my favorites. I really like the art style. I really like the video. Yeah, it's a great one. It would be greater if it wasn't covered by my, like, note chart thing in the middle. Well, you can actually watch if you full combo them, you unlock the music video and you can watch it without the thing in the way. But yes, that's another factor for why it's my favorite. I really like the song. I think it's fun to play. I like the video. Good stuff. Mixing together the game is frozen and my hands weren't in on the controller into my hands are frozen vibes. Yeah. Sometimes you just, you stumble and make up something new. His Leo ain't Leoing. That's a mood. Leo Max, Leo 6, does that be clear? Leo clearing? A lot of different terms to say it, but yes, we did it. We did it. Good stuff. The winner is you. That it is. I think, yeah, it should be in collection. I have 568 songs. That's a lot. Yeah, so like these MVs, I forget exactly how it works. It's like when you get a max combo, you unlock either the gallery or the MV. I forget which one. And if you get, I think an S rank, you get the other one. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I need to change my icon. I definitely have better stuff. I'm gonna go with this one because she has a 4, which is my favorite number. Plate, respect. Nah, we definitely got a better one. Chicken. This fighting guy. Cute. Ha. Oh, I like this one. This is good. Alright, we're going with this one. Comment, hello. Diet starts tomorrow, obviously. I hate fast music. Doting father, not yet. I'm on diet. No. Diet starts tomorrow. There we go. Much better. The winner is you. Oh, what is that from? Why does it have a face trophy? Sleep time, Leo? Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna try and wake up at like 6:15. Woo! I won't be able to do 7 to 3, but could I do like 7:30 to 3:30? I don't know. We'll see. Fun fact, all objects have faces. They're all staring at us at all times. That would be scary, Sebi. That would be very scary. I don't like always being watched. And they're not going to like what they see, to be frank. Neither of us are going to be happy. High class. This is a very high class setup, isn't it? Is your Steam picture a picture of you playing for everything? It is a picture of me. It's not the right picture of me. Like, I initially had all my socials with that picture, and then I updated it to one of me smiling instead of just staring straight ahead, and I forgot to update it on Steam. I should probably update it there too. I'm gonna read my book, Coping with Loneliness, before I cry myself to sleep. That seems like a great book to read right before bed. Where's the book? I want it. What was I gonna look up? Yeah, okay, see, so when you, I don't know if it's the S rank or the max combo, but when you get it, you can watch the music video without the notes in the way, and like, it's a cool, nice additional thing to the game, I think, where you unlock these as you're playing in full clearing, or full comboing stuff and whatnot. And then it also tells you like who wrote the song, who it's sung by, who did the visuals, all that sorts of stuff. Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole thing just in case there's like copyright stuff, but I assume these are the ones I got full combos on. Gallery. Then you get, yeah, like art from the songs and stuff. There's a lot of stuff to unlock. It's good for people who like collecting things like me. Like, how nice is that? Cute. 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 Not cute. Extremely cute. I would die for this. I would give my life to protect this. Adorable. This is everything I've ever wanted. I could look at this for 5 hours straight. Hello, Tristan. Welcome to the stream. No problem. Unfortunately, I was about to end it. I just played my last song, and now I was just going through and clearing the stuff that I've unlocked so it doesn't say new anymore. But there will definitely be another one, so keep an eye out. Just wanted to say, in your latest video, I think you tried to use the mouse point at something on the screen and couldn't see. Not sure of that because the software option forgot to add it to the comment. In the gacha one, Master? I don't think, I wasn't using the mouse for anything because it was on my phone. I don't know. If you remember what it is, you can let me know, but, yeah, I don't think I had intended for anything about a mouse. I gotta go. My friend did something to her phone. Good night. No problem, Cammy. Thanks for stopping back in. Hope you have a good night. Apparently books like that actually exist. I just Googled it. Nice. I need to write my own version since I'm experienced and all. You could be a bestseller, Sebby. And then you won't be lonely anymore because people want to interview you about it. Kawaii. Future profile pic. Thank you. There you go, Sebby. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I hope the phone turns out alright. Phone Sama, no. The videos make good screensavers as well? For sure, yeah, I agree, Master. Alright. So, I guess I should do the responsible thing and end the stream there. End of stream spiel. You all know what's coming. I did post a video today, half-hour long, doing some gacha and FGO. So if you're interested in gacha, or you just want something to watch for half an hour, that is there on my channel if you're interested. For the rest of the week, I have 3 more streams scheduled. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Killer Frequency, which is a new horror mystery game that just came out last week. Caught my eye a couple days ago. I think it looks pretty cool. Basically, you on your first night of being a DJ for a radio station, a serial killer goes on the loose in the town that you live in or work in, and the police are out hunting for him, so they don't have enough people to man the phones. So you are simultaneously being the DJ for the radio station and also answering phone calls from people being chased by the serial killer and trying to save them. And trying to figure out who the killer is and what's going on. So it seems like it should be pretty interesting and pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. But that'll be Thursday night. Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, we have a Pokemon card opening, hand cam, for the new set that comes out on Friday. Definitely looking forward to it. Going for a master set and then some. So we will have a lot of cards. Hopefully it won't be too slow paced because I am going to be paying attention for the master set piece of it and just like checking cards off potentially. Or I guess I could just do that after stream and just pay attention to the full arts and big hits and stuff. We'll see. Either way, that'll be Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, Master Duel like usual. So 3 more streams for the week. Hopefully I will be able to see you at some or all of them. Responsible thing is to play until the sun comes up, then go to work with 0 hours of sleep. Don't do that. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, Sebi. I really like the way you think. I should try that sometime. You said this guy here like you meant to indicate a character, so I thought it might have been a mouse, but maybe you just forgot we can't see you point. I may have, yeah. I really don't remember what it was, but I might have just been referring to whatever character was on the screen at that point. Unless there were multiple, in which case, yeah, I wasn't being very specific. Leo hand. Yes, the Leo hand. I know, it'll be pretty crazy. Can't wait for the pack opening. Hope you get some good pulls. I'm out here praying. Thank you, Master, because I'm going to need it. This set, Paldea Evolved. So if you're planning on watching the stream and you want to open some packs alongside me, just make sure you pick up some packs ahead of time. They should be very easy to find in retail stores, and hopefully you also get good pulls in your openings. But I think I can pull it up. I was looking at the set list the other day. There are so many secret rares, like it's gonna take so long to open them all or to get them all, especially if I'm trying to do master set plus binder set. And some of these secret rares in this set compared to the previous one, they're gonna be very, like, the most expensive card in the previous set was like $50 or $60 or something. I think the most expensive card in this upcoming set is probably gonna be like 100. And there's more secret rares than there was in the previous set. Alright, let's see. So, oh my god. There is 86 secret rares in this set. 86. If I remember correctly, from when I was doing the openings of the previous set, if the rates stay the same, I think I was getting like maybe 6 per box, like per booster box. There's 86. And I was getting like 12 to 16 total, but they weren't all secret rares. So I forget exactly how many were secret rares. Let's say 6 to 10 secret rares per box. 86. And that's assuming that you get no duplicates. Like, and I need 2 of all of them if I'm doing a master set plus my binder set. Oh my god, it's gonna take me months. I mean, it's a good thing that there's like 2 to 3 months between sets, because I'm gonna be opening this set for months and constantly buying and trading for the singles. Do you try and make a profit with your pulls, or are you a true collector? I'm capitalism pilled. Hey, however you want to do it is totally fine, Sebi. I am a true collector. I open them because I have specific cards that I want to collect. I have multiple binders for different types of cards that are all sorted by like chronologically by release date. I go for like the best condition and quality that I can get. I love flipping through my binders and looking at everything. I do sell or trade my duplicates because I need to fund either buying more packs or buying the singles that I need. But I'm definitely a collector. I don't do it for profit. Granted, you know, if I spend X amount on a box, I would like to get value worth X out of the box on average. You know, I don't want to spend $100 on a box and get like cards worth 25 total out of it, you know. But I don't need to get 100 out. Like if I could get like 75 out of it, like that's fine, because just opening the packs is fun. Like, yeah, I'm paying for the cards, but I'm also paying for the opening experience, which is part of the fun. But yes, I have many, many, many binders with many, 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 many cards. And there are certain cards that I like so much that like I'll just keep every copy of it that I can get, whether I buy them or trade them or open them. Like I have my binder, which is like my main copy, but then I have like a separate top loader container with just like multiple copies of cards I like. Build a house with all your commons. I was saying earlier, I have like 20 to 30k bulk cards. Like I could build a house out of that. I'll open some virtual packs, no money for real packs. I got a Paldea pack for my local packs since they ran out of tournament packs. So I think I'll be able to open that Paldea code with you. It's not live for 3 days. Yeah. In the online game, I think you can't redeem the codes until the set officially comes out, which is Friday. So yeah, 3 days from now would be Friday. So that makes sense. Plus, I will give away some codes while I'm opening it anyway. So you could potentially get more codes to open at the same time. Just like take a screenshot of the screen or something, and then, because like I'll hold up the code card to the camera, and then you can either scan the thing, or you could just, yeah, take a screenshot of the screen at that moment, type the code in, and then open it. I'm not going to need all the codes, that's for sure, so I'll give away a good amount of them, and you can open them if you want. I mean, I don't know if people went through my old, like my opening from the Scarlet and Violet set that I did a couple months ago. Like, if people weren't redeeming them while I was doing it, a lot of those codes might still be active. I don't actually know. I could never do that, not financially or mentally. I just buy singles I need and buy some dollar store packs, like my back alley packs opening fix. Hey, you should just do it however you get enjoyment out of it. That's what's most important. I get enjoyment out of like completing the sets. Yeah, will the master set thing stick? Not necessarily. Like I've said, I've kind of gone in cycles. Sometimes I did I've done master sets before, and then I was like, you know, maybe I'm not super into master sets. And then I recently got back into master sets. Will it stick long term? Will I eventually decide I don't want to do it and then sell my master set that I have for Scarlet and Violet? I think I'm like 3 or 4 cards short right now. I'm basically done with it. Actually, I think it's 5 cards right now. But I have all of them either ordered or traded for. They haven't gotten to me in the mail yet. So we'll see. My binder sets I'll definitely keep up. That's enough to build a damn city. Welcome to Common Card City. Yeah. There we go. Common Card City. The mayor, Leo Lovelace. The head of the police force is Sebi the Obliterator. Don't mess with are rules, or else the obliterator gets you. I did. No one claimed any of them. I'll save people the time. I waited a while to make sure I was claiming them before others had a chance. I did it like 2 or 3 days ago. Sorry, y'all. Hey, I mean, they're for... I would rather that people who actually subscribe to me and participate in the chat and like my content and stuff get them. So if you went through and redeemed them all, then all the power to you, man. Glad somebody was able to use them, and hopefully you get good pulls from them. But yeah, definitely feel free to take more of those Paldea Evolve codes that I'll be giving away during the stream. Master set is already here in chat. You do already have Master in chat. Yeah, hopefully my pre-order gets here in time. I have a backup plan if it doesn't get here in time. But we'll see. I got a full art and a few holos, so I'm happy. Nice, there you go. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I really need to figure out the lighting. Because I remember when I did it last time, I severely underestimated how much room I would have. So I kept like bumping into the camera, and the lighting wasn't great. Now I'm hoping that since it will be in the afternoon, I'll have like natural light from outside, which will make it look better. But I have to consider, I need to test it a bit the days leading up to it and see how it looks. But yeah, hopefully it'll look fine. All right. It's been a while since I started my end of stream spiel, so I should probably actually end the stream. But like I said, Thursday we have Killer Frequency, which is that new horror mystery game, which I'm excited for. Saturday we have the Pokemon card opening, and Sunday we have Master Duel. So got a good lineup of stuff. Hopefully you'll be able to make it to some of the streams for people in chat and who are just lurking and watching. Hopefully you have a good time with them if you are able to make it. And aside from that, I think that'll be the end of this stream. So hopefully you had fun with DJMAX. I have a lot of songs that I still need to play. So there will be more. Don't you worry. This is the story that never ends, sorry. I do like to ramble and just keep going at the end of streams, that's for sure. Unless that was a reference to something and not about me. Either way, I definitely like to ramble. But thank you again. Or I don't know if I said it before, but thank you for coming to the stream. I hope you had fun. And I hope that you have a great rest of your night, and that I will see you on a future stream. So until next time, I am scientist VTuber from the future, Leo Lovelace. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.